shoes and there's not a crease. Niggas wanna play out, I power up and I'm feeling like I'm Kratos. Silence on the blink and it looking like potato. Find something safe to do, play with some played out. Save your breath, give a fuck up what you say now.
System, we have a dedicated team working only on our anti-cheat efforts. This means cheat detection, whether manual or automatic, headshot detection. There's so many things that that go into it. So we are continuously working on our anti-cheat systems and improving them. And with season 2, you'll see soon enough, we are taking PvP very serious. Common problems. I don't want to mention all of them because I don't want to give cheaters a helping hand, but like particularly lag switchers are our biggest concerns right now. So we're also working on tools, prevention tools for these kinds of exploits for all players, by which your SHD levels are not applied in this zone, and neither is your expertise. So this makes it so that newer players could fight on a more equal footing with veterans. Consider this as a ramp up of getting into the DZ, a softer dark zone experience. And we're making this ramp up because of another dark zone that's present more in the east. We have a even softer ramp for those that maybe wanted to experience the dark zone, but were too afraid of PvP. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, and this is the dark zone that is the exclusive feature for season 2. So it's going to be present only for season 2 for now, but let's see how the community reacts to that. And this is the PvE dark zone. So the whole season is based on the concept of the PvE dark zone, or going to the dark zones, right? And I think this is a very hot topic in the community, having dark zones as PvE. I would like to understand from you, like, what was the direction that you want to go with this, and what players can expect from the dark zone PvE?
For sure. So we wanted to go in this direction because of 3 reasons. One, I've heard numerous times players say, hey, I'd really like to experience the dark zone. I'm not a big fan of PvP. Well, we have 3 dark zones. We could make one of them PvE, and I don't think we would be sacrificing from the PvP experience that much.
And that's where I draw the line. Fuck going on, man. It's your boy Flavor Pack. And you just watched what I just clipped here. This was from Division's stream today. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely it's the salty flavor of the week. I ain't gonna lie. I am salty because for one reason, and for some people, don't get me wrong. Some people are gonna say that yes, PvE, for new players and stuff like that getting into the game. When it comes to PvP, it can definitely be a major shift. I'm all for it. Now, when it comes to what we just heard, a PvE dark zone, you know, like I said, I'm all for, new players getting into the game and stuff like that. But, the game has been out for 6 years, right? To say that you don't think is going to take away from PvP is crazy, because that's pretty much what has happened the whole duration of this game, right? PvP has not been catered to. PvE has been catered to since the moment this game came out. Okay? We've had heavily based PvE content. Now, am I hating on the heavily based PvE content? No, because that PvE content gave us weapons and gear that we were allowed to use for PvP, which makes sense. I understand that. Cool. But for PvP in itself, they definitely haven't, shown love to PvP over the years. They've shown love to PvE over the years. Now, with the news of like how they're trying to make these changes and stuff like that, the only thing that I say is a W from this, for me, is what they said about lag switchers and people that are using cheats. So, hey, for me, for the people that claim that I am cheating, once they release whatever it is that they're releasing and I'm still performing the same way, I'm pretty sure we can shut all of that down. But I'm pretty excited about that change if they even really follow through with it. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not here to bash the game. I really love this game, but I'm not understanding why PvE is getting more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I know, the community is kind of divided about it, and more so a lot of people are more excited for this because of the fact that they get to come into the dark zone and PvE, and it's Candyland. We get to interact with other players, and it's not a raid. We get to just run around and have fun with other play. Do y'all not realize that this is Tom Clancy's The Division 2? Do y'all not realize that these people who play this game, not everyone, but, a good, small, toxic percentage of it, they're going to find a way to kill players in the PvE Dark Zone. And when that happens, I'm not even going to say if, I'm just going to say when, because we already know that somebody's going to try to figure that out. That is going to kill that. But, when it comes to PvE, we all know Division will probably have that fixed in a day or two, right? But we've been having exploits going throughout this game for PvP for the longest time, and, they were just brushing it off. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. The PvP community has held down PvP. The PvEers have not. They have came to the game and they've quit the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, the ones that have stayed and actually PvE, that is cool for them. They've had all of this content to do. PvP only has the 3 dark zones, and you're taking one away. We're not making sense here. We're not. To me, as like a PvP player, and again, I said earlier that I understand that you have to PvE in the game, but me being a PvP player, this is like a slap to the face. Now, is this the end of the world? No. If they're just doing it for one season, if they would have just said, hey, we're just going to do it for this season, give the new players, we're going to rotate the DZs, give the players a new chance to, kind of map out the DZ and stuff like that. And then the next season is going to go right back to how it was before, or whatever changes they were going to do to the DZ or whatever the case may be. That would have been cool. But taking away a dark zone to just make it PvE only, and there's potentially that this could be a permanent thing. Bro, this is what we're losing the plot here. Okay. Again, my opinion to some people could be wrong, but this is how I feel about it. I feel like this is a slap to the face, genuinely, because there's no way that we're sitting here allowing for this to happen, and like it'd be like, oh yeah, we're okay with this. This is crazy. This is crazy. That's just my opinion, though. But I'm just saying this is just crazy because it doesn't make sense to me at all, in the slightest. We're taking away PvP, like we're taking away more PvP, and you're just saying that we're not going to be affected by it. That is crazy. That is a crazy statement to make, in my opinion. And I understand that you're just delivering the news, and nothing against these two guys. Like, I understand you're just delivering the news. You probably didn't even have nothing to do with the decision making behind this decision, but that right there, that was just kind of like a crazy statement to me. And it's just like, man, again, I love the game and everything, but I feel like we're losing the plot here. PvP players that have held down, PvP and stuff like that, I feel like to some degree, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I feel like, a lot of them kind of probably feel the same way as me right now, because that doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, man, I'm curious to know what you guys have to think about this, because for me, it's I feel like a step back for PvP in a sense. Yeah, okay, you're gonna have more volume of people trying to get into the dark zone now because you're normalizing things, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, are players really going to actually go to the dark zone more now? And then in the PvP zones, are people actually going to like go in there and like genuinely try to like keep up the PvP culture, or all the PvE people that are accustomed to PvEing in the PvE dark zone, when they decide, oh well, I'm tired of DZ East, I want to go to DZ West. But oh, there's griefers over here or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you want to call them. But it's like when you're actually getting killed by players and players are toggling up and trying to take your gear, or they're not even trying to take your gear. They're just trying to kill you just so they can go manhunt. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not even worried about your gear. Now you're crying to the devs, oh man, well, all the dark zones should be PvE. Now we don't have no PvP at all. I feel like that's kind of like the, you know, direction that we're going in. It's like we're trying to bubble wrap the game. Like what are we doing, man? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? But again, I could be wrong. I know I've been kind of ducked off for a minute, but I do have some content rolling out for you guys. I just saw this today and it just kind of like blew my mind. I was getting ready to go out with the fam, run some errands and stuff like that. My boy Azazel's Gaming Realm, he had hit me up and was like, yo, check this out. I clicked on it, and as soon as you see like the clip, the first clip start, that's literally right as I'm starting to see it, and I'm like, this is crazy. But yeah, I would have had the video out a little bit sooner, but I had to run a few errands and stuff like that. Got back to the house, finished this up for you guys, and I'm just putting this out just for the sake of like, hey, like what in the entire bleep, you know what I'm saying? But you know me, I don't have to bleep nothing out. What in the entire fuck? Like what the yo, bro? And this is a genuine reaction. I'm baffled. But I'll see you in the next video. Peace.